Don't worry, retire happy. 7 steps to retirement security. And we are going to go through those 7 steps here as part of our agenda. So we're going to get through step number 1, have a plan for retirement. You see, when you have a plan, it actually makes it much more likely to be accomplished. And retirement is not a do-it-yourself type of proposition. No, and I would actually venture to guess that you don't do your own dental work in the garage, say. So when we talk about retirement, there's a lot of different ways to look at retirement, but it's not a do-it-yourself piece because we have to have all of the different details of what is going to basically increase your probability of success and what's going to make you ultimately secure in retirement. Okay, well, let's dive in here. We are going to be talking about the very first strategy. You have to have a plan. Well, I think this sums it up very well. Those who have a plan for retirement are 3 times more likely to be confident they will have sufficient income in retirement as compared to those who don't plan. That is incredibly important. And this is something that comes back down to your probability of success. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about why this is so important. Well, this really shows it right here. Now, here are 2 different ways that you can be retiring. And I would actually venture to guess that on the left is your parents. And on the right is how you are going to be retiring, or even currently are retired. So let's kind of go through this here. On the left, you're actually going to be seeing a difference here. Now, your parents retired. They were given a gold watch from the company, and they were also given a guaranteed paycheck for the rest of their life. That was an income stream in the form of the pension that they were guaranteed the rest of their life. This was an incredible deal that they received, and their companies really took care of them. Well, they also received Social Security, and Social Security was such that they got much more out of it than they ever put into it. So back in the mid-30s is when Social Security started. Well, maybe your parents retired in the 50s or even in the 70s. Well, they didn't have to put in that many years worth of working in order to get a great benefit off of there. Then the last element that you can see here is their nest egg. Now, their nest egg is usually a lot smaller because they spent more of their working career not only making sure that they had put money aside into the pension plan, their company put more money aside into the pension plan, so they didn't have to have as much in extra assets in their nest egg. And so what ended up happening was they never actually talked about retirement in the way of having hundreds of thousands of dollars set aside. So they didn't need $500,000. They didn't talk about having $250,000 set aside. No, they talked about it in respect of income. So they always went back and said, well, I'm going to be retiring and living on $2,000 a month or $4,000 a month or $5,000 a month. They never said, oh, well, I have $500,000 in the bank. So you can see some of the differences and shifts that have happened over the last at least 1 generation, if not 2 generations. And you on the right are going to be retiring in a much different manner. So what that looks like then is that you may or may not have a pension, or it may be a very small amount. And then you actually will be having Social Security. Now, Social Security is such that when you take a look at where Social Security is today, it is an incredibly easy fix to make sure that not only you, but also your kids and your grandkids will be receiving Social Security as well. You see, it's very easy to fix Social Security, but I want to basically say that you're not seeing much of an increase in your Social Security benefits. And that's really because it's not because Social Security is broken, it's more because Medicare and our health system is broken. You see, every time we receive a raise in our Social Security benefits, Medicare premiums are going up significantly more. So the inflation that's happening in our healthcare premiums are going up, and that's offsetting what we are seeing from Social Security. Now, Medicare, Medicaid, our healthcare system is going to be a much harder fix Just give me 5 minutes, I'll fix Social Security. But you can't go and do the exact same things for our healthcare system. And so sadly, that's really at the state of affairs that we're in right now, that we have to make sure we have a plan in place for Medicare, Medicaid, and going through to make sure that we have the plans to make the money available when we need it most. But Social Security is going to be there. So we have the pensions, we have Social Security, and then any additional income is going to be coming from your nest egg. That's really what it comes down to. And you probably know how to invest well. You probably have actually invested well over the years into some stocks, into some bonds, a well-diversified portfolio. That's not the issue. What the issue is taking your nest egg and turning it into income. You see, we don't retire on the nest egg, we retire on income. And the success of your retirement comes back down to how you answer 2 questions. And these are turning your assets into income streams. Now, the very first one that I want to ask you, what do you need your retirement income to do? That's a very important question to ask. And the second one is actually just as important. What do you want your retirement income to do? You see, I would actually venture a guess that your retirement income is going to be needed to cover your basic necessities. So we're talking your cell phone bills, your internet bills, anything related to just food, groceries, your living expenses, housing, all of that. Now, all of that can be covered by your basic living expenses. And what the math and the science dictate is that you have to have this all covered by a guaranteed monthly income stream that is going to be guaranteed for life. So guaranteed lifetime income. Now, this is not where stocks fit in. This is not where bonds fit in. This is not where managed money fit in, or even real estate. No, this is really where we need to have something that is guaranteed for the entirety of your life, so that no matter what, you always have those expenses taken care of. Now, once we have those expenses taken care of, now we can do the fun things of life. What do you want to do? So you want to join a country club. You want to go and travel more. You want to see the world. You want to be able to take your grandkids out to lunch or even to dinner whenever you want. Those are the beautiful things that you want to do. Now, what's stopping you? I would venture to guess most of the time it's because you're a little worried to take some money out of your accounts, out of your hard-earned wealth in your retirement accounts. And you will probably sit here and say, well, it's been disinflation happening and we've had low interest rate environment for so many years, but now we're having a lot of inflation. What happens if I need this money in the future? I don't want to touch it right now, because what if this is going to be something that I need more in the future? What if it's something that emergencies crop up in the future? I need this money. I can't take the money out today because it's what if I need it in the future? Well, what ends up happening to many individuals is they never basically lead the life that they want, because they're always thinking about that what if. And more so than not, there have actually been many, many people that have had money set aside for retirement in this exact way, but the exact things that we've been talking about here, that there's always something that crops up that they're saying, you know what, I shouldn't take money out because what if I need it in the future, and I'm not really going to be excited to take it out today. I'm not going to be excited to take it out in the future because I don't know where things are going. And so what ends up happening is that they pass on. They pass away, they give the money and leave the money as a legacy to the kids, and they never actually end up spending it and doing the things that they want to do. But you know what? Who does spend that money then? If it's not you, it's the kids. And they're going to be ones joining the country clubs, buying the boats, going on all of these really great vacations that you wanted to do. And I know you could be laughing about this right now, but that's realistically speaking what ends up happening. And I don't want this to happen to you. I actually want you to spend your money. I want you to use your money in the ways that you want to. That's what this money is for. Now, I know you may want to leave a legacy, and we'll be talking about that here in just a moment, is how to do that. But in essence, I really want you to be spending your hard-earned money that you have saved for, and that is where we want to get, so that we don't live a just in case, a what if type of retirement.